Dark Nexus. Tonight, it's Act 4, Chapter 171. It is the morning of Wheel Day, the 27th of Frost. Three of us are waking up from some very unusual dreams. And you have that experience of, it's not quite like the top of the campaign where you all opened your eyes at the exact same time, but close enough. Pandora and Gripper and Dabwick basically regain consciousness at almost the exact same moment. And just looking across the way at each other, you can tell that they experienced exactly what you did. Bash is over, I guess, still drawing Gradle ones or something. Or has he put all that stuff away?
I think that probably got put away. He might also be doing a little crafting of some ammunition since he just blew 5 cold iron alchemical cartridges last night. So Excellent. He might be trying to get back to his regular 10 that he has.
So let's talk about what we're waking up with today. In addition to these crazy dreams that might merit some discussion, everyone in the party is sitting on 5 points of sanity damage, except for our friend, the Gripper, who has 11 points. We know that both Gripper and Bash are suffering from lesser bandages. We haven't quite nailed down exactly what's going on with them. I believe Pandora still has a point of strength damage from the sucking maws of the dark young of Shub-Niggurath. Anything else?
Is it damage?
Isn't it?
Nope.
Drain.
It's drain.
Fancy.
What do I need for that?
Restoration.
Full on.
Full-on restoration. All right, so as we're waking this day, reflecting on what might possibly be our last day in Casimir, based on what the chatter I was hearing last time, what's on everyone's mind?
Oh, that fucking dream, for one thing.
Do you share the dream with
Yes.
Bash?
As much as she can.
Yeah.
Because it was weird.
It's a tough narrative to try to... I mean, telling your dream to someone... is tricky anyway.
Yeah, but
this one
really
is so fucking bizarre. And
but you have the advantage, though, of the three of you. As one of you starts to describe it, the other two can corroborate and add in a way that...
Yeah. You can't do it when it's
just your own dream.
And I think Grip has a certain amount of looking a little slack-jawed at Dabs, recognizing that they were
a part
of it.
I don't want to ignore that either.
That's like, oh, you heard that fucking bell?
Yes, and then at the end... After you left, Dabwick saw a flash of white.
So which is the only part the two of you did not experience.
Hey.
Like light?
I'm not sure. It was just a color, white.
Give me what's a good understanding? Oh, give me a wisdom check. Let's check your capital U understanding.
16.
Maybe it was a bird in the sky? In the far, far distance?
Like an albatross?
Follow the dove.
A white bird of some sort.
Oh.
Is there any kind of knowledge check to be made on these creatures based on what they were describing?
Yeah.
And I also want to talk about the planets.
Yeah, let's talk about that. It's a baseline of Tima's knowledge that Pandora has inherited. Mm-hmm. There's 11 planets in the solar system, but there is an asteroid belt.
Which used to be a planet.
Well, there's disagreement on whether that had been one planet or multiple planets. And you looking at a period of time where there was no asteroid belt and 2 planets you did not recognize as existing, perhaps something may have just been confirmed that there had once been 2 more planets in this solar system before something blew them up.
Does all this make me want to do math? Just out of curiosity.
I think,
this is a running theme in every campaign that I'm in now.
Mustn't your brain be turning to what would happen to the forces of gravity and in this solar system? And is that why, I forget which planet, one of the planets has this wildly insane orbit. And maybe you noticed at that time that it didn't quite have that at that point, and things in this solar system might have been thrown wildly off kilter at some point when 2 planets blew up.
Bash, as he's listening to this, starts to mix up an extract and cracks it and drinks it of Tears to Wine so that he might have a better understanding of everything that's going on.
So, and as far as knowledge checks go, yes, those of you trained in knowledge dungeoneering can make this a particular check again that has been made multiple times. You can go ahead.
35.
It's 14. I rolled a 3, so none of it matters.
You're focused on the maths.
Yeah.
32.
This is fun. So this is a check that has been made a couple of times in the campaign so far that has gotten super close, and I've given you just tiny, tiny little tidbits. I can now give you tiny, tiny little tidbit more. So Pandora, when she was Dora, when she was recalling things that Tima knew little tidbits about this so-called great race of Yith, the Yithians. And basically, they slipped into her mind last book when she was really focused on, she was trying to solve this mystery of what was going on between her and Tima, and they kept coming up as this species of alien who could forcibly change bodies with others. So both Bash and Dabwick lock into, yeah, and there's some kind of, so Bash locks into, yes, there's some kind of lore about, it's not just as simple as one individual can swap bodies with someone else. Their whole species, like they just witnessed in their dream, can move into the bodies of another entire different species and shunt that entire species back into their bodies. And there's like rumors and hints of they do this at moments of great cataclysm to save their own civilization. And this is seeming to be confirmed by what they just witnessed in their dreams. And now also you've just learned that apparently they can maybe do this from different points in time.
Yeah.
If they understood correctly, which they feel like they did, that what they just saw was the great race of Yith enter these cone-shaped bodies from a point 1 million years or so in the cone-shaped bodies' beings past, they seem to be able to do this from any point in time. And so I think the little tidbit here, so like that kind of stuff wouldn't be in Dabwick's head, but I think Dabwick would key into these weird cone-shaped bodies. You know, you were looking at them from outer space, right? You were kind of more understanding that they were there because you were sharing someone else's vision. But these weird cone-shaped bodies are fungal, and you feel like there's evidence has been found of them in the historical record of Golarion, but so far in the past that it's mostly been dismissed as like, maybe this is an alien that landed here. Maybe this is, or maybe we're not understanding this fossil we're looking at, or something in that nature, you know. But Dabwick's like, yeah, I think they're in the biological record of this planet. Did they actually rule this world at some point before humans came to prominence? Humans and the other civilized species as you know them? If so, it was so long ago, like before even time was recorded, before the aboleths even. But yeah, so they can apparently not only change bodies, they can change bodies of an entire species, and they can do it at different points in time.
What did the Yithians look like before that happened?
That information wasn't shared to you except basically as they were something totally different. But the way those bodies were thought of in how this vision was shared of you was as, like, you wouldn't care what shoe you were wearing 15 years ago.
Yeah.
If you were to tell a story about this amazing day that you had.
Whatever
it's whatever body they were
up.
in at that time. Because they wear bodies just simply to propagate their minds through time.
The bodies are just a vessel for
the bodies are a vessel.
They're eternal.
Seemingly.
Minds.
And they were particularly delighted because it seems like these special cone-shaped bodies that ruled Golarion at some point in the unknowable past could live for 5,000 years. And they had fine motor skills. That's useful for their great work. And of course, they did this thing that is absolutely horrific. They killed an entire civilized species. But from their point of view, they saved their species from some horrible cataclysm that seems like just one of many in their lifespan, because there also wasn't a particular importance attached to that cataclysm in this vision.
Is that the most direct she has spoken to us?
The prisoner.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also there was a sense that when this air quotes dream began of it talking to someone, it seemed to be agreeing to share this with you, since it already had. You have no sense of who it was talking to.
If
All right.
we were members of the Great Race, would we know?
Yes. As far as based on your understanding. Because
We're not just evolved from...
No, I would say, so lumped in with what Bash recalls with that 35, part of the trauma of being forcibly exchanged with the Great Race is that then you live in their bodies until they want to go back to that body, and then they brain wipe you and leave you kind of a hollow shell of your former self after having ridden your body to gain experience and knowledge to advance the Great Race.
Amazing.
So Bash is listening to this and going, a lot of this sounds real similar to Jamandor
Wow.
in a lot of ways, where it's like, oh, we're going to take you over to save ourselves and to propagate the Great Race
Interesting.
and all these other, because I'm like,
And there's
doesn't
the fungal connection as
there's
well.
the fungal connection
I
as
was
well.
thinking more about, is there an opportunity here to defeat Jamandor?
With a species like this?
Is there some connection? Is there some... Maybe it isn't hopeless, I guess, is what Pandora
Awesome,
walks
yeah.
away with.
I mean,
There's so much bleakness in this story, so yeah, if you see a ray of hope in there, that's awesome.
And it's telling that
Grab
it's the
it.
prisoner showing this to us.
Yes.
Maybe that's the prisoner's message.
so I hear what you're saying. I'm thinking of it from the other point of view of like the thought of Jamandor getting a hold of the brains that can move through time and space of this
Yeah, that's a
race
problem.
that can literally shunt the minds of other things out and inhabit them. A whole race at any time in space feels like the most dangerous thing possible for Jamandor to get their hooks into.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't sound like a good thing. It instead sounds like maybe the prisoner was one of the minds that was shunted into something else and was like, I'm one of the last of a species that the Yiths took over.
All three of these people who had that dream would disagree with you. They would say, no, that is not what happened.
Okay.
This prisoner is a Yithian
Yeah.
and was sharing its race's history.
Yeah.
Yith, please.
Yithhound.
I guess my thought is like, why the fuck should we give a shit about them? Like they sound like shitholes.
Well, I think we don't know yet. I mean, we know nothing of this prisoner's motivations.
They want to be saved,
Certainly.
but it sounds like they did some,
Towards us, I mean. We don't know. We just don't know.
well, we know that they want us to come and save them. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. And maybe you do or maybe you don't.
But I guess the motivations that I'm questioning are the ones what happens after this thing is saved. We don't know why it wants to be saved, what it wants to do.
What's it got to do with bite and lash?
Well, that's where they are.
And why can't it get itself free?
Yeah.
Yes. Great questions.
Amazing questions. Well, we'll leave you all pondering that nonsense. I know Polly was putting together a list for the day of things that Dabwick wanted to check in on and take care of while you all stew over this. What do you got, Polly?
There's a lot of loose ends for us to tie up. But what about you? You've been up all night.
Yeah, I'm good.
What are the loose ends you're picturing?
Talking about your friends?
Well, there's them. That's a loose end for sure. I was hoping they would come in the night, and they never came. But no, we need to notify the city about Ethan Baylor. And there was that experiment of skin in Myacne and Munn's lab. we were going to follow up with the family. I recall there was a cobbler a little way down the hill. He disappeared about a decade ago. His name was Devin Bryce, and I think that was the name of the skin that you found.
Yeah.
His brother, a local weaver, died a number of years back, but his niece, a woman named Erica, she took over Devin's shop, and I'd be happy to just drop by and let her know.
What happened to him?
Yeah. Without going into too much detail.
Yeah, no, detail not needed.
I wanted to make a visit to the city offices personally, and there's the matter of this young lad that was part of the carnage in the warehouse. Nikos. I think the community would appreciate a send-off. A goodbye.
Is that the bucket boy?
Yeah. Do we need a restoration?
It's the only thing that will help me, I believe.
It's not on my spell list, love.
That's right.
Can we pay someone to do it? We're in a big fucking city.
I got 2 scrolls of restoration.
You do?
Yeah.
And you would know, for a 4th level spell, you could go to a temple as well and pay someone there if you wanted to not risk those scrolls. That would be an option as well.
We want to keep them for emergency purposes.
Exactly. The temples are right up the hill inside Greygard Castle, so that would for sure be an option, if desired.
We also have that book on Cabal magic that we wanted to sell, and we also still have Dr. Lissandro's book collection from far and long ago that we were talking about trying to sell. So maybe we want to sell off some of those last things, see if we could take that money and put it toward having a restoration spell cast, as well as, you got to do the atonement.
Do we need to... Here we go. I'm going to recommend splitting the party. If Dabwick wants to do their errands, are there supplies we want before we blip out of town?
And are any of those errands that Dabs is talking about ones that anyone wants to participate in?
Great. Would you like to do some physical labor?
What you have in mind?
Well, one of the people who died by suicide, Thomel Euburn, was working on a project in Admiral Sven. I'm sure they could use a hand. I was going to go there, maybe cast a spell or two to help out.
All right, sure. What's our schedule? What are we? Grip is antsy. Grip is not. Grip is feeling the call of what is next.
And also the clock is ticking with this thing in our head.
So I'm happy to help. But what is I just want to, before we start the day and go about our ways, I'd like to know what we think the day is and when are we planning to do the teleporting, if that's the plan.
I would be ready to teleport this evening after my meditation, and after I get a chance to cast this spell for Tess. The spell does take an hour to cast.
We got to check with Molly, right?
We need to check with Molmab.
Well, I can go talk to Molly.
All right, then if we've got to wait for your preparations, then yes, I'll go lift something heavy.
I'm not quite sure what to tell the city about Ethan. I have to report their deaths, but what do you think I need to say?
You don't actually have to. You don't have to actually report his death.
You can say he died of an illness. It was contagious, but it seems to be contained, if you feel you must.
And Archie?
Archie took care of himself.
Took his own life.
Right.
One of many.
Right. And I suppose I know because I knew about Thomel, and I'd heard of the other deaths by suicide. Maybe that's why I discovered them, eh? Does that sound plausible? I wouldn't want to lead them down any path that would...
Then the best thing you can do is walk away.
The deaths will be discovered and investigated.
It will be a great mystery what happened to the Order, but people will create their own narrative about what they believe happened.
So let the law handle itself.
That is what it is here for.
Yeah. without my intervention. Understood.
How's that sitting with Dabs?
It feels wrong. It feels wrong. Like it feels like it would be the lawful thing to do to report what they've seen, but
Yeah, it's scary.
But would it be the neutral thing to do?
But there's a part of Dabwick that is feeling that we are leaving, and Dabwick needs to leave the city in its own hands and not feel like they need to be the city's protector.
We have already done a great deal to protect the city from what was festering here.
Yes.
And the best thing we can do to really help the city is get us out of it.
Yeah. That's right.
Because you know as well as the rest of us, we're infection points.
I think we help at the worksite. We tell Devon's niece whatever. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to know what to tell her, but that I buy that. I think we leave the city to the city. I don't think there is anything you can accomplish beyond being fucking entangled in something that we might stop having a say as to when we get untangled from it.
Well, I still have one stop to make in the city hall, but I won't say anything about what I know.
Want to take care of that first? Meet Gripper down at the worksite later in the morning?
Sure.
Gripper and Bash, do you want to take care of trying to get those books sold off for a few hours in the morning while Dabwick's out and about?
Sure.
Yeah.
What's Pandora up to today?
Today, she is going to take and cast a new spell.
Okay.
She summons to mind an image of... No, not an image, a feeling of being a boy, teenager, a student, hiding in a closet to read something I'm not supposed to read. Something given to me by a teacher, a mentor, an older boy? I'm not sure. A feeling of secretiveness. And she casts Detect Scrying. For the next 24 hours, if anyone tries to scry her, she might get to figure out who it is.
Interesting.
Fancy. You immediately become aware of any attempt to observe you. And if you spot a magical sensor, you and the scryer will make opposed caster level checks. And if you at least match the scryer's result, you'll get a visual image of the scryer and a sense of direction and distance. That's fun.
You can see them peeking through the sensor.
Yes, exactly. That is cool.
So
24 hours. All right.
I know we had talked about this before, but Bash would love the opportunity to actually work his way through Twain's formula book and start the process of making sure that he has read everything, understands everything, so that he has read through it through at least that first step, trying to make sure that he prepares at least 3 from this formula book so that he can get that really cool ritual enduring alteration where he can spend a boon to apply the benefits of the extend spell to a transmutation spell as I drink the extract.
Maybe we'll figure out how to handle it off air.
Okay.
But consider it done. I'm sure you'll at least get 3 of them done.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So then if Bash is going to be looking at that spell book, maybe it is Pandora who's taking lead on selling books in the city.
Yes, can I stop and get a restoration on the way?
You sure can. Maybe Gripper can walk you up the hill to the temples, get that taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
So we sold the Cabal Magic and Lysandro's books, right?
We'll see if we can find a source for them.
That's what we're trying to sell.
That's what we're trying to sell. Yeah. Any other books on that list? There might be one others.
I think there was one that
Pandora
has, but
Diagrams of the human form.
That was the
Worth 450 gold pieces to the right buyer.
All right. So, as Dabs is making the long march down the hill, maybe stopping in at the Danverses one last time.
Yeah.
One last pea pie.
Pea pie.
Giving them a hug, saying goodbye to their new dog.
Aw.
Gripper walks Pandora up the hill to the Temple of what? What's your pick?
They all sort of look the same to
I
me.
don't like Abadar.
Abadar. She says Abadar.
No, I don't like Abadar.
Not Abadar. Asmodeus. No. I forget what they all do.
Is there a Pharasman temple?
There is a temple to Pharasma.
That seems like a nice.
It's something you're used to.
No, I feel very connected to Pharasma now.
Yeah, I bet you do. You are indeed able to get that strength drain taken care of there, Katie.
Whew. It's so good to be back to my old self at 8 strength instead of 7.
And Dabwick makes their way over to City Hall to visit who? Up into the old Casimir district, which we never actually on air set foot into yet. This is fun. So it is I picture it sort of more like Oxford, kind of like a crammed, jammed in Oxford. Lots of enclosed courtyard buildings, lots of tall walls that you can't see behind. But when the doors are open up, you get glimpses into these wonderful spaces where there's both government work happening and very rich people lounging and enjoying their lives.
Dabwick's going to the office of Wherein Peak.
Ooh, and who is Wherein Peak?
Wherein Peak is a city clerk. Very much like average office worker, but the one that Dabwick has a relationship with and first came upon to harass about city matters.
Oh,
and
boy.
it was Wherein Peak who created and gave Dabwick their certificate.
Oh,
yes.
I just
All right.
listened to that episode.
Sees you coming in. Oh, my God. Well, hello. Well, what can I do for you this morning?
Wherein it's been some time. I haven't stopped by in a
Feels like
while.
you're always here.
I,
I'm sorry. How long has it been?
It's been some time. I don't come to bother you with anything happening in the city. I come on a personal matter. Dabwick removes the vellum and takes it out. When you first gave me this, I thought I knew the city brick by brick, and that what I did in the city was keep it alive. And I've learned that cities are living things. And I know that I can step back and let the city manage itself. I don't think the city needs me to keep track of each brick and each timber any longer. So I'm returning this to you officially, and thank you for your trust. And maybe someone else will come along. And if they care about the city, I hope you don't turn your back on them and maybe give them a chance to carry this mantle.
Hand up the little vellum scroll, and time freezes for just a little moment as we focusing on Dabwick's face, going through this very important moment in their life. In the middle of this large room with so many bureaucrats sitting behind desks, so many lines, people lined up to see to all sorts of matters. Dabwick hands up the scroll. He takes it in his hand, dumps it in the trash next to him. Fine. Next!
Man.
Heartless son of a bitch.
God. Dabwick's just nodding their head.
They had to expect that, though, right?
Yes,
Right?
yes, right.
I mean, Dabwick has a bit of Charlie Brown about them.
Just a little bit. Yeah, and Dabwick walks out.
Does Dabwick think that they're leaving the city forever?
Yeah.
I think Dabwick is preparing for that, yeah. Never coming back.
So as Dabwick makes the long walk, maybe the last time, down Old Casimir through 3 gates.
Up near Abbey Green, maybe looking for gathering together some of the townsfolk that knew Nikos, the bucket boy.
Oh, yes, so you can easily run into Kala. Kala sends the magpies, who are secretly giant ravens,
So cool.
out to spread the word. And they're intelligent. They can actually talk. Like, she doesn't give that away in the act.
Right.
But she can send them out to actually go find specific people that knew Nikos and people that cared about Nikos, and gather them together near the water's edge with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Dabwick would just invite us all to say a few words of Nikos, what we knew of him, things that we thought of him, positive things that we can lift up, and send his soul to the Lady of Graves with some positive energy. Nikos was a good kid. Didn't have much, but he made the best of what he had. He ran these streets with a quick smile and a quicker step, helped where he could, joked when things got dark, and never stayed down too long. He deserved better than what the world gave him, but we're here to make sure he's not forgotten. May the Lady of Graves guide him, and may his spirit find the quiet this city could never give him. Rest easy, Bucket Boy. You're free now.
May the great dreamer carry him through the night sky onto where next he travels. Meanwhile, Pandora and Gripper are looking for bookshops. Give me a diplomacy check there.
Would Molly not take them? Be interested for part of her collection of things?
Bingo. Yes, she would. Maybe not the anatomical drawings, but I think the other stuff, yeah, for sure.
Right,
so give me a diplomacy check on your way over. Let's see if you can find a vendor for them as you're making your way down the shipyards.
Not very good. 23.
It's better than 20. So indeed, you do find a vendor for those. Molly will take those off of your hands, so you can go and mark that off there, Robert. All those collections of books have been sold. And then Pandora, you look like you got something else on your mind. What else can I do for you?
Well, I've heard that there are certain places in your establishment that can be used as a guide for traveling.
Oh, you do that yourself, do you?
Occasionally.
You didn't tell me. I would have told you it was the room you were sitting in the whole time, but you never brought up I'm a teleporter. I would have said something to you. Why didn't you ask?
My abilities are limited.
Oh, I understand. We all have our limitations, dearie. Well, it is customary, this is a service I provide.
Of course.
To leave a certain, amount in the till over there. Mm-hmm. I hear 400 gold pieces is customary. I'm just going to walk away. And she sort of crosses into the next room, keeping one little eye peeled back.
We'll be back.
Very good. And Dabwick meets up with Gripper at the work site.
Yeah.
Where Jacob Grossmantle, good old Jake Uglycloak, is trying to get things moving again there. And what do you got in mind there, Dabs?
Dabwick has one casting of Summon Nature's Ally 5 that they are going to instead use to cast Wall of Stone.
Oh, nice. Oh, you can lay down a very nice fortification for this very, very troubled project. And you're offering up Grip's muscles?
Yeah.
For a good chunk of work. Some actual physical labor, not punch and shit, which, Gripper hasn't had in technically months.
It's been a little bit.
Yeah, so I imagine it nice to sink into that for a little bit of time.
Hey.
Yeah, think about other things. Of course, they are so, so grateful to you and the time that you spend. Make your way up the hill. You would pass Jade Evan Chester's on the way.
Oh, I think we'll just see them off and let them know that we're leaving.
Before you bid them and Persephone farewell for the time being or forever, we will see. Chester does take your hand, Dabs. You should know that portrait of the Stardust Augur that was left with Pandora.
Yes.
Every fire day, she does pop on and have a conversation. So if she's interested in talking to the woman, you should bring her with you. Like clockwork, noon on fire day.
I will let Pandora know. Thank you.
Yeah, don't leave it behind if she cares about it.
Yes.
We wish you all the best.
You've done a tremendous amount of work already, and you've committed yourself to so much more. We are indebted to your help, and thank you.
Takes your shoulders. Look for the dove, Dabwick. Look for the dove. And they both hug you goodbye.
Yeah.
Anything else on the way up the hill?
Yes, on the way we'll stop by Devon's niece and explain to her that Devon had passed and we found his remains. We're not quite sure what had happened to him, but to let her know that she could bring some closure to that.
Yeah, give her a little bit of closure. Fantastic. She is, of course, disturbed but relieved. You know, it's been a decade. It's been a decade, and his brother died basically from grief in the long period of his absence. So she's glad to at least know the status of things and wishes you all the best as you head back up. And then as we're getting close to dusk, it's meditation time.
Yes, Dabwick has the final meditation in Casimir.
Yeah.
So I think they find their way to a rooftop where they can look out as much over the city as possible and take it all in.
As the sun is setting and all the lights are coming on and all of the houses and apartments and buildings and out on the ships coming into the harbor.
And all the people that came out and showed up to help when they heard we needed it. That's something. That's really something.
Grip pulls Bash aside. Hey,
Yeah.
these fucking, these tattoos on my arm.
Yeah.
I think I need to do something about them.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know that I trust the tattoo needle again to do it. I think they'll just come back somehow. But you got some concoction that might, I don't know, burn that layer of skin off.
I can take it off the same way I took this off. And he points to his face where the triangles used to be.
Gulp indeed.
I was thinking more something acidic.
I think give me a alchemy check.
Remember, I have that purified body spell as well for afterwards.
For the for some reason the thought of
Skinning
Just-
yourself?
it seems worse than
Yes.
than burning myself with acid.
Especially after what you've seen this week,
Yeah.
right?
What you want to do is kiss your forearm and then pour lye.
And right.
37.
Yeah, so you can come up with something. This will probably be a project for another day, but this is a project that the two of you could work on together, maybe with Pandora's help, to ease some of Gripper's suffering.
And Dabwick prepares atonement.
And that takes an hour to cast, is that what you said?
Yeah.
So, ooh, I see here. Yeah. So during the course of the day, Dabwick would have picked up some prayer beads worth 500 gold pieces to aid in this ritual. Now, this is a high-level spell. It's a 5th-level spell, and it is designed for removing the burdens of misdeeds from the subject. And in the case of this horrible situation where it wasn't as though Tess did something wrong, she was a victim, but the demon's influence was so corruptive that the only thing that can restore her soul is a 5th-level spell with a 500 gold piece component. It's big magic. It is big, big magic. And it takes an hour. And what does that look like for you then?
Pandora will volunteer her assistance in any way.
There's incense involved too. Mm-hmm. So there's lighting of incense, candles. I think there's. We have to keep Tess there with us, maybe against her will.
Bound down as she's screaming, no,
Right. And just like an exorcism.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say, this is like an exorcism.
It really is. It really is. And this sweet little old lady just howling and cursing and raging and spitting and biting.
I think Pandora has some soft, calming music, ghost sounding
Ghost sound,
throughout.
yeah.
Oh, can you do the hypnotism?
I can, but I don't think that's the point.
All right.
I think she
She's got
has to go
she's
through
got
this.
she's got to experience it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. her soul has to be touched by what happens here.
And she has to choose. After the completion of the spell, the subject freely chooses whether it retains its original alignment or acquiesces to your offer and changes alignment.
That's in the case of had she been tempted by evil and made an active choice. In the case of this magical alignment change, the spell just does it. Because essentially her soul right now would say no.
Right.
So
She wasn't given a choice before.
Yes. So you have to make the choice for her, which is it's a big burden.
Yeah.
But you've known her for so long.
Yeah.
And you feel confident enough that she would prefer not to be chaotic evil any longer.
She has not been Black Aja all along.
I totally want to ask a question in terms of listening to this whole talk about atonement, and as Dabwick is casting this spell and going through this ritual, how do they feel in terms of their own atonement for what they brought to this city and to their friends and to this woman? Because she wouldn't be in any of this if it weren't for them.
No, and you're absolutely right. I think this atonement ritual is an imperative part of Dabwick's process of releasing themselves from Casimir. Tess is a symbolic cipher for the city. By doing this, going through this ritual and learning this spell and performing it for the first time, Dabwick is also giving themselves some closure from their responsibilities.
Yeah, it is exactly like an exorcism, which is as hard on the people
Who do it.
as it is on the person it's being done to.
It is a journey of the soul for you as well.
Yeah.
And after an hour, she is freed of the demon's influence and, of course, just collapses in your arms with thanks and tears, and she feels guilty and responsible and to blame and is trying not to. And I can picture there's a chunk of time where she just needs to be held, and hopefully Dabwick allows themselves to be held a little bit too in her arms. She's a little like, I know you've told me that she has like a whole gaggle of grown sons. Is that the deal, right? I think she's like everybody's mom. Is that right?
She has like 5 sons that work in the shipyards, and
Yeah.
so she's known by
Yeah.
a lot of people in the neighborhood. Yeah.
Yeah. So saying goodbye to one of your many kind of surrogate mothers.
Yeah.
Where's old mom? She's not here to say goodbye to either. We meet back up at the apartment and ready ourselves to head down the hill and out of Casimir.
Before we go, Pandora is going to grab that portrait of Hadrana from the Stardust Doggers. Make sure I
Excellent.
have that on me.
Great. As Dabwick is closing that door behind them,
Dabwick takes their quarterstaff with the little flag tied to the end of it and leans it in the corner by the door on their way out.
down the hill, past the Danverses, closed for the night for the last time, walking by the harbor, watching the ships going in and out, probably hearing Gripper sigh multiple times. Back across the shipyard district, around Quickfall Abbey, back to the Sceptered House. And into that room, that very room that we sat in, gosh, like 3 days ago, surrounded on all the walls by all those pictures of these big, important, famous cities all over the region. Cities on 3 different continents. Cities on Avestan, cities on Garoon and on Casmeron. And you do indeed find this portrait that Pandora recalled of Kathir. I've got art to share with you guys. It's this amazing golden portrait of a sprawling metropolis, the likes of which you've never seen in the real world, just dwarfs Casimir. And there are zeppelins flying in the air. There are horses. There's like armed cavalry riding horses flying without wings through the sky, as in this portrait, what appears to be fireworks are going off. And the mighty river at its base is filled with boats, so many boats that you could cross the entire mighty river itself, never touching the water. You see the Sunset Crown, the westernmost end of the Golden Path. This huge roof shaped like a Persian-style crown, made pure gold, supported by slender white pillars, covering the bazaar at the end of the Golden Path. You, I presume, slip your 400 gold pieces into Molly's till?
Indeed.
And Pandora opens up the narcotic manuscripts, stares into their depths, and prepares to teleport. You owe me a percentage roll. Let me pull this up.
Uh-oh.
Thanks to the magic of this portrait, that bazaar at the western end of the Golden Path is considered to be viewed once by you. 1 through 76, you arrive on target. What'd you get?
80?
Off target. Oh, this is amazing. As you drift through the ethers, leaving Casimir behind, perhaps forever, you do all level up.
Yes!
Let's get out those 11th level sheets and talk about that while I figure out exactly where you're going to land. Who wants to kick us off here?
I'll go quickly. Dabwick has a couple of little things going.
Little tidbits.
Little tidbits. This 11th level, just for celebration's sake, I can share that I rolled a full 9 hit points for the level. Yes.
Nice.
BAB went up. Why would that make a difference? I don't know. Maybe Dabwick's going to get into melee a little bit.
Whatever went wrong when you tried that?
Always goes so well.
I love this plan.
Among skill ranks, still taking ranks in spellcraft. I know it makes us all giggle whenever Dabwick does a spellcraft check, but we'll
Not
keep trying.
Dabwick. You.
All right. Thanks for the clarification. Fun things. Dabwick can cast 6th level spells now.
Yeah, just a little thing.
Oh my god.
6th level spells.
Fantastic.
That's crazy.
I still remember being like, my god, 5th level spells, man. Now we got 6th.
And my domain spell this level is anti-magic field.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
Oh my god.
It's pretty cool, right?
Is that personal or is that on a target?
Rob's so mad.
That's a good question.
Suck
I
for you,
think off the
buddy.
top of my head, I think it's like a 30-foot aura emanation around them.
Baller.
And
Yeah.
for a feat, Dabwick took the Druid's classic feat, Natural Spell, which allows them to cast spells while in wild shape.
Yeah,
Can't
that'll
go wrong with that.
that'll really help out.
So you can be a dinosaur and summon a dinosaur.
Yes,
There you go.
Which is what you always want to do.
that
The more dinosaurs, the better. I would
that is a huge level, Polly.
Yeah.
That is a huge
Not
level.
a tidbitty
Not
level.
a tidbitty level. 6th level spells alone is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, you could have nothing else and just be like, I got 6th level spells.
That's all I'm going to say. Awesome. All right, who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Yeah.
This is a pretty fun level for the old gripper, too.
Yeah.
Let's see, where to start? We'll start small. Skills. I went back to the classics. I bumped up Intimidate. I took 2 skill ranks in that, so now I'm at 10 ranks, so I get my little skill unlocky thing.
What is it?
Let's see.
I forgot about that.
If you exceed the DC to demoralize a target by at least 10, it is panicked for 1 round or frightened for 1d4 rounds and shaken thereafter. A will save will negate the frightened or panicked, but the shaken still stands.
How do you determine whether it's panicked or frightened?
My choice.
Wow.
I get to pick between the two.
Oh, because panicked it will run away, and maybe you don't want it to run away.
Yes.
Did you take skill focus intimidate?
I did not. We'll save that for another day. And then I took a rank in perception, because you always need perception. BAB is fun, because now I get a 3rd attack, y'all.
I don't even have 2 yet.
Even without flurrying. So a hasted flurry is gonna be is that 6 attacks
That's
now?
6 attacks.
So that'll be fun. I look forward to the first one of those. Feats. Feats are also fun because I get the normal odd level feat, and then brawlers get a bonus combat feat. So
Yes.
I took combat rhythm.
Yes.
When I deal damage with a melee attack to an opponent I have already damaged this round, I reduce the total of any voluntary penalties to my melee. So basically, once I hit someone once, my flurry penalty goes down every time I hit. This stacks, or if I'm doing power attack, it reduces the power attack penalty as well.
Amazing.
Without reducing the damage bonus.
Exactly.
That is a
Amazing.
fantastic feat.
So that's pretty baller. And then for my 11th regular 11th level feat, I took Eagle's Resolve. I receive a +1 bonus on saving throws against mind-affecting effects. When I succeed at such a saving throw, I gain a +2 morale bonus on all attack rolls, damage rolls, and saving throws against the source of that effect for a number of rounds equal to the spell's level.
Fantastic.
Or if it's not a spell, for a number of rounds equal to 1/3 the hit dice of the creature that created the effect.
Awesome. So
Now,
Fantastic.
I may have known this before, but it was not made clear to me until this level. I did not sort of lock into it. Sanity checks
yeah,
are mind affecting.
they are mind-affecting effects. They are not fear effects, but they are
but they are
mind-affecting
mind-affecting effects.
Yeah.
I clarified that with the GM
Yes.
before I took the feat. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I rolled a 6 for hit points, which gave me a boost of 11, so I'm at 115 hit points now.
Baller.
A huge level for everybody so far. That's amazing.
Yeah, so that was good. That's me.
Alrighty, who wants to go next?
I'll go. All right. I decided to take a level of Bard.
Perfect.
Just to, no.
Every time.
I took a level of Investigator, so Bash is now Investigator 10, Gunslinger 1. I got 4 additional hit points, bringing me to a total of 73, which ain't too bad.
Not too bad.
For a
Roguey type?
Yeah, for a roguey type. I'm maxed out with Heal, Use Magic Device, and Perception, and brought a bunch of points into my disabled device, so hopefully I'm not quite so clown-like.
Story-driven distribution of points.
I get 4th level extracts, which is phenomenal considering that I got to pick one, and that means that I have access to Twain's 4th level extracts.
Yes.
From,
And those are good.
Those are
extracts
some
in that
very,
book.
That's amazing.
very good extracts from that formula book. My studied strike has now gone up to 46.
Yeah.
My studied combat increased by 1.
Oh, we're so
my
high
inspiration
level.
stuff increased
Guys,
by 1.
we're so high level.
Combats are going to be torturous.
Yeah, that means that I'm now +5 to hit and +5 damage when I'm using studied combat.
Sweet.
And then I went back and forth on a feat to take, and finally settled on one that is probably going to be kind of boring, but also I feel like is going to be super useful, which is Quick Draw.
Yeah.
Because the
Yeah.
very first round,
There you go.
just being able to get Vanity out, going from 1 single shot to 3 or more if I'm hasted, 3 or 4,
Yeah.
or 5 if I spend like an action point in a single round is such a huge difference. So that's what I got.
Cool. You want to tell us what extracts you learned, or you want to save those?
I don't think I had anything that was super hidden, because so much of my stuff is based on me actually being able to see my target. I chose echolocation. So that means that now, even if there's darkness, fog, whatever, invisibility, like I have see invisibility and stuff, but now echolocation will allow me to know where they are and be able to pinpoint and target them.
and it gives you blind sight, not blind sense, right?
Let me read it to you and I will tell you.
So you're like a bloodhound and a bat now.
Yes.
This might
Bat
work.
hound.
Bat dog.
Bat dog.
This might work in an obscuring mist.
Yeah, it would absolutely work in that. You can perceive the world by creating high-pitched noises and listening to their echoes. This gives you blind sight to a range of 40 feet.
Awesome.
Damn.
That's great.
Yeah.
I will now always picture you with your mouth wide open, howling in a staccato
I
scream.
think of it as like as almost like the Daredevil thing of like a tiny little...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like, no.
Oh, that's cool. That's so cool.
And then for my favored class bonus, I chose a really cool 3rd level extract called Amplify Elixir. It lasts for 1 round per level, and any extract that I drink during that time, it's as if it was empowered, extended, or something else. But
That's
empowered
awesome.
would never be a big deal, but extended, that would mean anything that's 10 minutes per level all of a sudden is 20 minutes per level.
Yeah.
Anything that is rounds per level all of a sudden is 2 rounds per
That's
level.
great.
Or anything that is hours per level is now 2 hours per
amazing.
level.
Wow.
And as we've seen, so much of book 3 was kind of one single hard fight. Very few long extended crawls, but we're kind of back in long extended crawl mode. So the longer you can get your buffs to last, the better. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. So I don't know exactly when and how I'm going to use it yet, but it's just super useful.
Great to have in the toolbox. Awesome. And Pandora.
Yeah, I got 6 more hit points, bringing my total to 67.
Hey.
Yeah, that's great.
No bonuses to base attack or
No.
any save
No.
this level. I don't even know where to begin. There's choices that I now have to make every level, and that will reveal itself in time.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that I did there, and it influences another choice that I make at every level. All right. I took a feat that only I can take, that anyone who's ever played a game with me will be shocked to learn that I took it, as I am willingly making something harder.
I'm very proud of you,
That
Katie.
is a massive sticking point in this campaign. It's also a kind of feat I've never taken before or played in a party with anybody who's taken one before, as far as I know.
We've never had it. No.
It's a story feat, which I didn't even know they existed
Very
before.
cool.
Yeah. So basically, you kind of have to qualify for these feats. Something has to happen to you, and then you get a bonus, and then there's a completion bonus. So if you sort of do the second half of the feat, you get a different thing.
Yeah.
Which
You get more.
An
you get
additional
more.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I took, and I'm really sad that I didn't take this at 9th level when I first could have taken it, because I should have. But my excuse is that since we woke up in Casimir, Pandora has been meditating every morning, and this is an activity that sort of allows deeper things to process. She's also released a lot of grief that she'd been compartmentalizing, and so all these things have sort of been unburdened for her, which is now finally allowing her to deal with the fact that she stood on top of that tower in Sarnath and looked an old one in the face.
Yeah.
So I took a feat called Glimpse Beyond. I'm going to read it.
I like the sound of it.
Yeah.
The short description is, you have glimpsed the madness at the edges of reality.
Yes.
The qualification is you must have faced an undead, evil outsider, or aberration with a CR greater than your level +4, or have the raised among the dead or the dead one background, which I don't. I got the first one. So right off the bat, you get a +2 bonus on knowledge dungeoneering checks to identify vulnerabilities and powers of aberrations, planes to identify those things for evil outsiders, and religion to identify vulnerabilities and powers of undead.
Solid.
So
Yep.
cool. And I can make such checks untrained. I already could, but great. If I have 10 or more ranks in any of these knowledge skills, which I do in 2 of them, planes and religion, that bonus increases to +4.
Nice. So it's like a not skill focus. It's like one of those feats that splits the difference. kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
It's
Totally.
like very specific creatures, but
Yeah.
Not bad.
You're going to see them.
yeah. In addition, I gain a +2 bonus on all saves against fear,
That's
which
awesome.
makes
Can't
losing
argue with
Tima a
that.
little bit easier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now the goal for which you get the completion benefit is to be killed or driven insane, as determined by the GM, which I think we can all agree happened, by an aberration, evil outsider, or undead. This leaves your mind permanently marked.
Yeah.
The completion benefit. I love this. Please make it happen.
Okay.
Any sane creature that attempts to read my thoughts takes 1d6 points of wisdom damage.
Oh, shit.
There's a will DC. It's difficult.
For half or for nothing?
Negates. So be careful, Bash. Should you ever choose.
Don't accidentally scan her when you take your extract.
In addition, the effect of any ability damage, ability drain, or penalty to your intelligence, wisdom, or charisma is halved. Minimum 1.
Always. Just
Always.
Wait,
matter
say
what.
that again?
If I take ability damage to any of my mental scores, it's halved.
Oh.
Minimum 1.
But not drain. Only
Drain.
Only damn. Oh, so any kind of.
Damage, drain, or penalty.
Or penalty even. Oh my God, that's amazing.
So wait a minute. So even like feeble mind would be like cut in half?
As long as it's a damage, drain, or penalty.
I got it. Now I got to look
Which I
up
think it's
feeble
probably-
mind because
Feeble
like,
mind
that
is like permanent, right?
I mean,
think feeble mind
is,
says it moves your stat to 1,
Yeah.
which this would not help
This would
against.
not help,
No.
yeah.
no, I just want to look.
But I also take a -2 penalty. This is so hard to say.
It's gonna make it real.
On all will saving throws.
Oh, what?
But whenever I roll a save against a mind-affecting effect, I roll twice and take the higher result.
Oh,
Advantage against sanity checks.
I mean,
It's pretty great.
mathematically that
It's great.
You
that
have
works
already
out.
We'll see.
qualified for the completion bonus,
Yes,
or that
she's
is yet
got
to
it.
I've
come?
already
She's got it.
qualified.
Yeah.
Qualified
That's
when it happened.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You're
So scared
you
to take
did it.
this feat.
That's amazing.
That's so
So my
great.
already shitty will save is no shittier, but I get a bonus against fear effects,
Yeah.
and I get advantage basically on mind affecting effects.
I think it'll work out just fine in the long run.
We'll see. I also got a new amplification this level, and it's a major amplification for the same time. I gotta say, the amplifications are okay.
They're fine.
They're not the greatest thing about this class, but this one's fun, and I'll just say what it is. It's called Space Rending Spell. So basically, I can teleport. If I spend some Phrenic points when I cast a spell, I can then just like teleport 10 feet for every 1 point that I spend, limited to the level of the spell.
No extra
Oh.
action. Just
No extra action. Just
Oh, that's
boom. Just like,
amazing.
hi, you're right there. Mind thrust, bye.
Zoom.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to keep you alive.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's what we're hoping. So a lot of what I took this level is hoping to keep me alive and sane long
What's
enough
it-
to
what's it
one day
called?
read the Necronomicon, I guess. Space Rending Spell.
That's awesome.
I got 6 new spells this level.
6.
Investigative Mind, which will for hours on end, I think, improve my knowledge checks. So if we're deep into figuring something out,
Right.
it's just a good utility spell for somebody who's going
Good
to
buff
make a
for
lot
your
of
kind of activities. Yeah.
I took Thought Shield 1, which is sort of a buffer against the lowered will save against things. So I think it's like an immediate action. I get a
Bonus to your will
bonus
save.
to my will
Yeah.
saves.
Cool.
I didn't get rid of, but I took Mental Barrier 2, which let me replace Mental Barrier 1. So Mental Barrier 2 was my second. That's an immediate action bonus to my AC.
Which I don't think you've even used yet.
I've
have
never
you?
even used
Yeah.
because it's +4 and it's never made a difference.
Right.
It's a shield bonus too, which is good. So now it's a +6 bonus, and I think it does something against if somebody casts Mind Thrust on me. Or something like
Right.
that. There's something
Maybe automatically
additional
halves the
bonus.
damage or something. Yeah.
And those are like from those classic,
Yeah,
originally
there's-
psionics,
Yes.
like
Yeah,
original
that's why I'm
AD&D.
trying to lean into them, but a lot of them suck or
Yeah.
are so specific that they're not worth taking.
Yeah, but
if
that's
you only
good.
but it's a cool one. Okay, and so I'm going to skip 4th level for now because I took Mind Thrust 5, which lets me upcast or downcast Mind Thrust 4. So I got 2 new 4th level spells, and one of them I think
how many D whatevers is
The same
it's the same
damage.
damage, but I think I can exhaust things. If they fail and
Oh
survive.
my gosh.
See, this never comes up because I'm almost always killing things, or they make the save, so they only take half damage, and then that effect is negated.
but an exhausted brute is
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's
If it happens,
Yeah.
it'll be great. Yeah.
really, really cool. It's literally never happened because they either make the save and that effect doesn't come into play,
Or you
I
blow
kill
their-
them.
blow them
yeah,
up.
I do full damage and they die. So I replaced Mind Thrust 4 with Freedom of Movement, and I
Yeah.
think we can all understand why.
Yes.
Because I almost died
Yep.
in the clutches of the anomalous friend.
Sucking maws.
And then the other 4th level spell I took was Thought Sense, which is basically like see invisibility, but with minds. It's basically like an aura I can pick out. So if we're ever in a room with a bunch of invisible fucking alchemists again, I'll know they're there.
She knows where every
I'll know
thinking
what
mind
every
is.
thinking mind is, including yours. And
It's basically like
Yeah.
blind sense
And-
Yeah.
for thinking creatures.
Can you differentiate between, or just you
I
know
think I
that
can
there
tell
is
you like
one there?
yeah,
Open it up, let's
read
check.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is a good.
But you can't use that to target them, can you?
Yes, you can.
Oh,
I
that's
think.
nice.
Well, we'll see.
Let's look.
Is it sensor sight? It's sensor sight.
1 minute per level. You automatically detect and locate conscious creatures within 60 feet, as if you possess the blind sight ability.
Blind sight. There you go. You can target.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
Non-detection, mind blank, and similar effects can block this effect. Thought Sense can distinguish between sentient, intelligence 3 or greater, and non-sentient, intelligence 1 or 2 creatures, but otherwise provides no information about the creatures it detects.
Okay.
So it's really useful if things have greater invisibility, and I already know they're there.
So the two of you got blind sight
Yeah.
in entirely different ways.
shocker that
When
you and
said
I
it,
would
I
want
know.
to have the same
I was just
thing.
like, oh, that's so amazing.
That's fun.
Always on the same wavelength. I got a new language. We'll find out what that is.
Yeah, we will.
So it made me have a question when you were going through the spiel. He said, so easing the loss of not having Tima there.
Yeah.
What's going on with that?
She's gone.
So you're still a psychic though, yeah?
Still a psychic.
So this it's not a requirement of the psychic to have that.
We've talked about
Passenger?
this, so I'm not giving anything away. Tima was the manifestation of Dora's psychic discipline.
And we have changed disciplines.
Oh, okay, so that's
That's part of what happened with her reboot
Yes.
after the memories coming back.
So I had massive changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arithmancy was Tima's feat, and Pandora was like, I'll take that.
Zoink.
But everything else, gone.
So no
All the
dipping
spells-
into wizard spells for you anymore. Or is that
That's
not
the
true?
new thing.
Oh,
That's a new thing.
Okay.
The thing
And we're
that
still
I've
we're
been
still
doing-
laying that out slowly.
Okay.
So
all
that's-
right.
I know
that's
Johnny's pretty much figured it out, I think.
Yeah,
but
Johnny's figured it out. He's separately.
All right,
He knows
all
what
right.
it is. But yeah. So all her spells, they're basically like domain spells. That came with every level of the discipline. Those are gone.
all gone.
They were gone before I could get Explode Head. Sorry, everybody. And I never cast Excruciating Deformation or even Alter Self. I have a whole new slew of things. But Black Tentacles is gone. Went with Tima.
But so this ability for her to cast reincarnation, that's one of her new discipline spells.
Yeah.
Like that
Okay.
came to her because of this.
Yeah. And I think I've cast False Life is
Yep.
a new discipline spell.
Yep.
And actually, one of the spells I had before, Burst of Insight?
Yes, right?
Yeah, Burst of Insight. I already had that spell, but it was actually a discipline spell, so I replaced it with Remove Fear.
Fantastic. It's good slew of levels.
It's
all
a really
around,
great
it
level,
feels like.
y'all.
Yeah. And now when I use Arithmancy to bump my level from 11 to 12 when casting things, it actually makes a big difference in a lot of stuff. Like I can now get the whole party with Remove Fear if I boost that spell.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's all awesome. Okay, look. What happens to you in the actual chronology of our show is so fucking wild.
Yeah.
So the first thing I had to do over here was roll percentile and then take that result as a percentage of the total distance you intended to travel to indicate how far away from your intended destination you actually end up. Meaning, you're going to end up somewhere between like 1 and 500 miles away from the Sunset Crown.
You are an Arithmancer now.
I am. And then I had to roll a d8 to determine in which random direction you end up, which means you may not even be on the continent you intended to land on, because the closest city in Garund, it's called El Shalad, looking at the globe here, is only 300 miles away from Kathir. So then what I did is I quickly opened up a couple pages of spreads in the appropriate campaign splat book for the country and or region, no spoilers yet, you are ending up in. I opened to the pages describing the general area and then to the pages describing the specific location, and just for random fun, I plopped my finger down on one random word on each spread, thinking I'll just combine those two words into something here, right? And I thought I'd get like, a chief agricultural product and maybe a noble person's name or something, right? And I drop you in so-and-so Duke's orchard or a paddock under the control of such and such guild or whatever. But the two words I landed on require me to take a hot sec to put something together, so we're going to have to find out where you land next week. That's the end of chapter 171!
Pandora.
Hey, this is good radio.
Dark Nexus is produced by Plug and Hum Productions. This podcast uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Incorporated, used under Paizo's fan content policy. This podcast is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, please visit paizo.com. That's Paizo.com. Dark Nexus uses music and soundscapes by Syrinscape. Check them out at Syrinscape.com. That's Syrinscape.com. Opening and closing themes, along with additional music composed by Rob Kauzlaric. Artwork for Dark Nexus is by Matt Wahlquist. And thanks to DMCP, Richard and Ari, Paul and Shannon, Scotty, Jason, Jess, Joe, Chelsea, Matt, Dave, Derek, Darren, Michaela, J.H., the Biscuit Buddies, and everyone we've gamed with over the years for all the memories and inspiration.
Yay!
I've been waiting for this my whole
And we
life.
level. Level!
Double level.